Yoon is surprised and asks whether she'll be in a band or performing solo. Hyein replies that she won't be fully part of the band, but will play as a session musician, providing supporting sound. Then she looks at her friend and asks if she's allowed to talk about it, since they have a confidentiality agreement. Jiwon responds by asking if she stayed quiet because she thought it was confidential. She quickly clarifies that it's fine to talk about those things, but they can't publish information like the set list online. She adds for Yoon that Hyein probably kept quiet because of the contract and that they're working as session musicians for Mr. Hyunjae's song. Hearing that, the young man is impressed and tells his girlfriend he didn't expect her to be such a professional guitarist. His girlfriend says it's nothing special and that she'll just be a session musician. However, he replies that she'll be on a huge stage in front of a massive crowd. Then he asks her to wait a moment and wonders if the autograph from Hyunjae he gave her last time didn't help. Hyein quickly replies that it did help and that she was very grateful. She adds that she knows he's a musician she sees almost every day, so technically she could have gotten it herself. But since he was the one who got it, that autograph means much more to her, because it was a gift from him. She adds that she even put it in an acrylic frame to preserve it. Yoon understands and accepts that if she says so, it's fine. At that moment, Jiwon looks at him and adds that it will be Haein's first big concert, so she would love for him to go to the show. She explains that Haein has talent but lacks experience, and that even if she seems calm now, she'll be very nervous when the moment comes. That's why she asks him to go take care of her, since afterward they can hang out together. Yeun finishes his beer in one gulp and asks if he should go. His girlfriend says yes and asks him to go, and he agrees. He declares that he'll go to that rock festival. Just then, Arion appears and asks if they're going to the festival too. This surprises Yoon, and the blonde asks if they mean the Incheon festival at the beginning of August. She adds that she was also thinking of going. Hearing that, Yeun is even more surprised, while Hyein looks somewhat annoyed. Then the young man asks what she's doing there. The blonde replies that she was having a drink with a friend nearby, and when she was about to take a taxi after saying goodbye, she heard a familiar voice and stopped to check. Then she looks at Hyein and asks if she can go too, immediately asking for her name. The girl replies that her name is Shin Hyein, and adds that she thinks she never told her before. Aryan confirms that's true. Anyway, she says it's fine, that she'll go to the festival with a friend and won't bother them, so they can spend time alone. Yeon understands and says he can't stop her from going with her friends, but they'll go at their own pace, so he asks her not to expect them to tag along. His girlfriend reinforces that, saying they won't hold back. The blonde looks a bit confused. Then Hyein explains that they're going all out at every stage, meaning they'll take part in mosh pits. She adds that she shouldn't blame them if she gets tired or faints, which leaves Arayun even more confused and makes Yeon think it's going to be intense. Then the girl looks at her friend and asks if he'll also join the mosh pits. He replies that he won't, that he'll skip the parts he's not interested in. At that moment, he gets a message. After reading it, he stands up and says he has to leave since his sister is scolding him for not being home yet. His friend, worried, asks how he'll get back. He replies that he'll take a taxi. He says goodbye to Yeon and says they'll see each other another time. Yeon confirms and asks him to get home safely. After that, Haein asks if Jiwon isn't great. The young man replies that he is, that at first he seemed intimidating and he didn't understand him, but now he finds him nice. Haein agrees and adds that he used to scare her too. At that moment, Yeun mentions that it's already late and asks if they can leave, since there are many mosquitoes and it's hot, so it would be better to find a cooler place. However, Aryun shows up again and asks where they're going. She places some cans of beer on the table and declares that they'll drink until the first train. The young man is surprised and asks if she doesn't work the next day. She replies that she'll have one more drink and then sleep at the office. Taking a beer, she asks Haein to join her. She adds that as Yoon's friend, she wants to invite his girlfriend for a drink and asks if that's okay. Haein hesitates for a moment, but then agrees and takes the drink. Seeing that, the young man asks if she'll really keep drinking. His girlfriend replies yes, that there's still an hour until the first train, and suggests drinking a bit more until then. She also confesses that she was curious about what Yeon's friend was like. Aryun observes her and comments that she must be a good drinker. Haein replies, more or less, and they toast. Meanwhile, the young man thinks that nothing matters anymore and that whatever happens, happens. He declares that they're going to drink. Seeing him like that, Aryan asks what's wrong and why he's so worked up, calling him a brat. Hyun doesn't like that and asks her not to call her boyfriend that. After a while, Han and Aryan pass out after another beer. Then Yoon calls them and asks them to wake up, since it's already dawn. Aryan checks the time, curses the situation when she sees it's 5:30, stands up and apologizes. She says she has to go and asks him to clean up for her. The young man asks if she's really going to sleep at the office. She replies that she'll take care of it and not to worry. Before leaving, she remembers something. She asks if he likes ramen after drinking and if he wants her to bring him one. He tells her it's not necessary, that he'll manage on his own. The blonde laughs, understands the situation, and asks them to get home safely. Later, on the way home, Yoon comments that his first bar outing was a total disaster. His girlfriend replies that it wasn't, that it was fun, except for the mosquito bites. He says that next time he'll bring repellent. Then he asks what time she has to be at the studio today, and Hyun replies at 11. She adds that she has no bookings, so she can take it easy. Yoon says that's a relief, since he'll be able to sleep a bit. She confirms that sometimes she even falls asleep there. Then she asks if he'll rest until his part-time job starts. He replies yes, since he hasn't been able to rest due to preparing for the interview. However, he adds that when the day comes, he'll get ready for the rock festival. That makes his girlfriend smile, and then she asks if he finished the ice cream. He confirms that he did. Then she takes his hand and asks him to follow her for a moment. In the next instant, they kiss, the intensity increasing with each contact. After the kiss, they look at each other, and Hain comments that he worked very hard preparing for the summer training and also for the interview. She confesses that she wanted to do something more special for him and asks if last night wasn't the right moment. The young man pauses thoughtfully and explains that he still has energy, but his girlfriend asks him to go home. He agrees that he will. At another moment, Hyun asks him to choose between white or black, leaving the young man confused and immediately wondering where that came from. Something his girlfriend asks him so he can pick one and decide which of the two he likes more. The young man thinks for a moment and answers. A few seconds later, Hyun thanks him and says they'll see each other later, saying goodbye to her boyfriend. But he remains puzzled and wonders if she is somehow doing some kind of personality test. Later that day, while on the subway, he thinks that since it's about colors, maybe it's for something like a handbag, and wonders if she's buying one. But then he sees a girl in front of him and thinks that maybe she's dyeing her hair, since that would definitely make sense for asking about a color. However, he dismisses the idea, wondering if he's being stupid. After all, his girlfriend already has black hair, so he questions why she would dye it, leaving him even deeper in thought. At work, Yoon assumes that she's probably going to buy clothes, but he thinks white and black are such basic colors that it doesn't seem worth asking about. He also considers that maybe she's buying a phone, but feels like she wouldn't choose it based on color. That's when he imagines she might be buying a guitar and wanted him to choose the color. But then he dismisses that possibility too, questioning whether she would ask for his opinion on something so expensive, since he knows she would buy whatever she personally likes, as she has very strong opinions about music. In the end, he realizes he has absolutely no idea, because to him, black and white are just simple colors. So he decides to call his boss and asks which she likes more, white or black. But after staring at him for a moment, she orders him to go empty the bathroom trash can, revealing that at that exact moment, she was stressed because the coffee machine had broken. After the workday ends, Yoon reflects that he still doesn't know what it is, and that she also refuses to tell him. He keeps thinking about it and wonders if maybe she's getting a cat. However, when he arrives at the station, Hyun reveals that it's actually a bikini. Hearing that, Yoon asks if she's going to the beach, but his girlfriend explains that she isn't, that she's going to wear it for the rock festival, and that she never even thought about swimming when she chose it. That makes her boyfriend ask if she plans on walking around in a bikini, something Haein confirms since it's going to be hot. Still, Yoon becomes thoughtful. He thinks he would love to see her in it because it would look good on her, but he doesn't want her attracting too much attention, since he knows everyone would stare at her. Then he comments that the sun is much stronger at the beginning of August and asks if exposing that much skin wouldn't be harsh. He adds that he feels her skin will get damaged no matter how much sunscreen she uses. But after hearing that, Hye-in starts laughing, asking if he had imagined her walking around wearing only a bikini. Yo-woon, curious, asks if she won't do that, and his girlfriend says no, reminding him that she's shy and questioning whether he really thought she would do something like that. Finally, she explains that she'll wear it underneath her clothes instead of underwear. Yo-woon, even more intrigued, asks why. So she explains that rock festivals get really hot and the staff constantly use water cannons. On top of that, it rains a lot in early August, so she'll probably end up soaked at least once during the 3 days she'll be there. In fact, she checked the changing rooms last year, and some people wore bikinis instead of underwear. So she's planning to try doing that this year. Yo-woon comments that it actually sounds convenient, since she wouldn't have to worry about getting wet. Something Hye-in agrees with, although she points out that it could still feel a bit uncomfortable. Then her boyfriend asks if he should also bring swimwear, but then remembers he doesn't have anything special. That's when Hye-in says it's fine, and that he should just do what the other people do, since as a guy, he can simply take off his shirt, starting to laugh. After hearing that, her boyfriend questions whether other guys really take off their shirts, pointing out that those rock festivals sound pretty wild, something that makes his girlfriend laugh as she clarifies that it's not that extreme. That leaves her boyfriend deep in thought until he asks if she bought the bikini in the color he chose. Hye-in, with a mysterious expression, says she can't really tell him and asks if he's curious. Then she immediately asks if he wants to see her even after already having seen her completely naked. Her boyfriend answers that he's only curious about the color and wants to know whether she bought the one he picked or not. But after thinking for a moment and moving closer to her, he admits that he's also curious to see her in a bikini. That comment leaves a brief silence in the air until his girlfriend smiles and asks if he wants her to show him, explaining that she's actually wearing the bikini underneath her clothes right now. Yo-woon quickly asks if she's serious, which his girlfriend confirms, clarifying that she's testing it to see if it's comfortable enough to walk around in. So because of that, she'll let him take a quick look when there's nobody around. Her boyfriend looks surprised, but then smiles and says she's lying. He explains that she's definitely trying to trick him again just to tease him, and later claims she wasn't actually wearing it. He adds that he already knows all her tricks and knows exactly how she's going to fool him. Hye-in lets out a small laugh and replies that he really knows her well. That makes her boyfriend happy, answering that it's obvious since this isn't the first time she's done something like this. His girlfriend says that he's a professional now and assumes she can't trick him anymore. Right then, the last train arrives. Back at his apartment, Yo-woon steps out after taking a refreshing shower and declares that cold showers are the best. Afterward, he makes a movement as if he were playing basketball, as he was feeling a rush of dopamine. He immediately throws himself onto the bed and while holding his phone, wonders if Hye-in has already finished showering, remembering that she said she would send him a photo afterward. But then he sees what she sent him, standing up and realizing that Hye-in had actually been telling the truth. Because in the picture she sent, she was wearing the bikini. That leaves him blushing, and he replies to the photo with a message saying that he already knew and was only trying to protect his dignity since they were in public. Hye-in laughs and replies that he's a gentleman. But her boyfriend comments that it's something new for her to send such revealing pictures through messages, something Hye-in answers by saying she knows, and that she already deleted it because she also got a little embarrassed. Then she asks if he liked the color. He thinks for a moment and quickly replies yes, that she looks perfect. Reading that, Hye-in smiles and writes that she'll show him the rest when they're alone at the rock festival, before wishing him good night. Yo-woon becomes thoughtful again and hopes to finish his summer internship without problems because he wants to spend those 3 days having fun without any worries. But then he thinks a little more, cursing the situation and saying that he can't calm down now that he imagined her like that, revealing that there are only 2 weeks left until the rock festival. So in the middle of summer, while the two of them focused on their work, heavy rain clouds drifted northward.
ありがとう。ありがとうみんな。ありがとう。ありがとう。ありがとう。ありがとう。ありがとう。ありがとう。ありがとうね。